Hello, and welcome to the FEMpower You podcast, where we discuss topics to help empower women personally, professionally, and financially. Talk to me a bit about what it means to have well-managed money and how you advise women to get to that point where their money is well-managed.
Yeah. And actually, well-managed money is actually the name of my coaching program that I use with clients. And I do in my program work on the day-to-day money management because, like I said, a lot of times is that they have the money, my clients have the money, but they just haven't been able to really make it materialize. So for me, when I think about well-managed money, it's really setting that strong financial foundation. So it is the money, and I call it the trifecta: having a money mindset, having a money plan, and then having a money management system to carry out your plan. And all of those, having those three pieces in place will really give you the solid financial foundation to continue to grow your money, to accumulate wealth, and it will carry through as you go to the next level in your finances when you're ready to invest. So you have the plan that will help you know exactly how much money you have to invest or, and put into your investments, or that's whatever business or those different type of things. So having that a lot of people like to jump to the wealth building part. You can't skip that foundation piece, right? Because you got to have a solid foundation to build on. So that's really where the well-managed money piece comes in, as having that solid foundation that will set you up to really build the wealth over time.
Mm-hmm. And then what are, I guess, tactically some of the things that women can do to build that foundation? Is it saving? Is it spending less? Is it, having a budget and sticking to it? What are some of the components that go into the foundation that then future wealth and financial wellness can be built on?
Yeah, so it is it is the budget, right? Or the plan. So I know a lot of people like to, I don't want a budget, but it really is a core piece of, you need to know where your money's going. And that's how it helps you define what money you have, excess to be able to do these other things with. It also includes having a debt payoff plan. So, getting your debt down to a manageable level, whatever debt you do decide to keep, being very strategic about it. It's you have your reasons behind it. You know what you're trying to do with it. It's a very strategic decision. And whatever debt you are holding on to, having a savings plan to help, build your savings, make you feel more secure, so that if something does happen, that you have something to fall back on to carry you through while you figure out the next step. And then all of these, having these different pieces of the plan together will give you that financial flexibility to take advantage of opportunities when they come up, to be able to, to adjust as needed, to whatever's going on in your life. So the plan helps you to create the financial flexibility to do other things in your life. And I have personally experienced this recently in my own life, over the years of just kind of, putting sound financial practices in place. It'll put me in a place to have the flexibility to leave my, former job. I recently leave my full-time job to work full-time on my business. And I know that putting those, having that plan, taking those steps was, had I not done that, I wouldn't have been able to position myself to explore something new, explore a new opportunity, pursue a passion. And this happens over time, and just by taking one step at a time, and, it will compound and give you that space that you're looking for in your finances.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's talk a little bit more about that, because that's also something I've talked about in past episodes. So many times we think of, financial wellness as this own compartment over here that doesn't relate to the other parts of our lives, but it certainly does. And it sounds like for you, financial wellness and financial independence actually prompted or at least enabled career change for you into continuing to build your own business and to being entrepreneurial rather than dependent on, another kind of employer-based source of income. What advice, I guess, other than laying the financial foundation, having done that fairly recently, what other advice would you have for women who are looking to make that transition from kind of day job, investment job, to actually starting their own business or pursuing their passion? Yeah,
so I would say for me, since I am, kind of more financially inclined, I knew kind of what to do financially. I just knew, put a plan in place to do that. For me, it was a lot of more the mindset shifts that I needed to make to even go from being an employee to an entrepreneur. So I was one of those people who, checked all the boxes. I got the good grades, went to school, got a good job, moved up the ladder. And then I got to the place where I was like, well, wait a minute, is this it? Like, is it, it just felt like there was something more for me. I was not entrepreneurial until only about 5 years ago or so. And just, but it was always scary. Like, can I really leave? Can I really do something different? Can I really, chart a different path than what this path I kind of have been, for lack of a better, conditioned to want to follow, the kind of American dream. This is what you do. And so one of the big shifts was that it's okay to do something different. It's okay to learn, earn your money in a different way. It's okay to depart that path. And so that was one of the shifts that I had to make. I even had to kind of push through some of the guilt that I felt for being in the successful place, but still wanting something different. Like I had worked, I grew up with a single mother, first generation college graduate. And I'm like, who was I to be wanting something different? I made it to this, 6-figure income, this great job with the federal government. Who was I to want something else? And I had to work through those feelings of feeling guilty about that and knowing that, no, I can be grateful for this, where I'm currently at, and still want to do something different. And then, also just pushing through the idea of like, fear of failure. Will this work? Can I actually do this? So all of those things, what will people think? And just realizing that at the end of the day, I know what's best for my life. I know what I feel. And also that the decision doesn't have to be permanent. I could go out here and, do my business full time. Who knows? I may not like it, right? I don't know. I've never done it before, but the only way to find out is to try it out. And recognizing that doesn't have to be the final decision. Like sometimes we feel like once we make a decision, like we can't go back. There's no going back. There's no changing, but you can make that decision. And then guess what? You can make another decision after that to do something different. And it's okay to keep making decisions for whatever you feel is right at that point in your life.
Thank you, everyone out there, for listening and watching this episode of FEMpower You. Please subscribe so that you can catch the next episode. And until then, be empowered and be you.